Welcome to our journey back in time to one of the most pivotal battles in Indian history, the Battle of Plassey. This battle, fought on June 23, 1757, marked the beginning of British colonial rule in India. But how did a small British force of just 3,000 soldiers manage to defeat the mighty army of Nawab Siraj-ud-Daulah, who had around 50,000 troops with him? Let's unravel this fascinating story. In the mid-18th century, Bengal was one of the richest provinces in India, ruled by Nawab Siraj-ud-Daulah. Born in 1733, Siraj-ud-Daulah ascended to the throne in 1756 at the young age of 23. He was known for his ambition and determination to protect his kingdom from foreign influence. However, his reign was marked by internal strife and external threats. On the other side was Robert Clive, a British officer of the East India Company. Clive, born in 1725, had a reputation for his military acumen and strategic brilliance. He had already made a name for himself in earlier conflicts in India and was determined to expand British influence in Bengal. Tensions between the Nawab and the British had been escalating, leading to the infamous Black Hole of Calcutta incident, where British prisoners were allegedly confined in a small dungeon, resulting in many deaths. This incident further strained relations and set the stage for the impending conflict. Robert Clive, a determined and strategic leader, saw an opportunity to expand British influence. He gathered a small force of around 3,000 soldiers, including British troops and Indian sepoys. In contrast, Nawab Siraj-ud-Daulah commanded a formidable army of approximately 50,000 soldiers, artillery, and war elephants. But the British had a secret weapon: treachery. Clive conspired with Mir Jafar, the Nawab's commander-in-chief, promising to make him the new Nawab in exchange for his support. Mir Jafar and other key figures like Rai Durlub and Yar Lutuf Khan agreed to betray Siraj-ud-Daulah. On the morning of June 23, 1757, the two armies faced off at Plassey. The Nawab's forces vastly outnumbered the British, but Clive's strategic planning and the betrayal by Mir Jafar turned the tide. As the battle commenced, Mir Jafar and his troops stood by, refusing to engage. Clive's forces, though outnumbered, were well-trained and disciplined. They used their superior artillery to create chaos in the Nawab's ranks. The Nawab's troops, demoralized by the betrayal and the relentless British assault, began to falter. Siraj-ud-Daulah, realizing the battle was lost, fled the battlefield. The battle lasted only a few hours, but its impact was monumental. The British suffered minimal casualties, while the Nawab's forces were decimated. Siraj-ud-Daulah was captured and later executed. Mir Jafar was installed as the puppet Nawab, and the British East India Company gained control over Bengal, marking the beginning of British dominance in India. The Battle of Plassey was not just a military victory, it was a masterstroke of political maneuvering and betrayal. It set the stage for nearly 2 centuries of British colonial rule in India, reshaping the subcontinent's history forever. Today, as we reflect on the Battle of Plassey, we see it as a turning point that changed the course of Indian history. It reminds us of the complex interplay of power, politics, and betrayal that has shaped our world. Thank you for joining us on this historical journey. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Ancient Tales for more fascinating stories from the past.